of January. How are we doing with our New Year's resolutions? I know a lot of you at the start of the year, we promised ourselves to be fit, stay fit, keep fit. Pero at this time, alam ko marami na rin po ang na-sidetrack. So what seems to be the problem? And how do we get back on track once we get sidetracked? Today on the show, we have Dan joining us once again on Kababayan LA. We met him around last Christmas, right? And
yes.
You talked about fitness gifts and all that. Dan is a health and fitness coach. What does it mean to be a health and fitness coach, and how is that different from being a trainer?
Sure. Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited to be here. The health and fitness coach is really what I do is I incorporate the mindset to the exercises. To me, is focusing on the behavior, habits, and motivation. This way, if you make the changes from the inside versus from the outside,
I think the mindset is the problem, because sometimes we get into it, but then, you know, weather is cold, we wake up late, or we stay out late the night before, and then we wake up, we're not in the mood to work out. Is there such a thing, and how do we psych ourselves up?
There is, and the interesting fact with the New Year resolution, that people set their New Year resolution, about 8 to 10 people achieve their New Year resolution, especially when it comes to health and fitness. Many people don't pass the first month.
Yeah, right. I think I'm part of that. Okay, so do you have tips for us today on how to get focused? And, you know, some people that have stopped working out already, at this point, how do we get back?
Sure. I like to demonstrate a fun exercise to show you also the audience, how powerful the mind is. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Let's do this, and also the viewer at home could follow in along.
Okay.
So let's just stand straight.
Okay.
Put your hands out. And just turn to your right as far as you can.
Okay. Do I just turn?
Just turn.
Okay.
And then make sure you're comfortable about right there. You're really flexible. Okay. So memorize that.
Yes.
Got it memorized?
Yes.
Okay. Come back.
I can't go back. No, just kidding.
Come back. So this will be really fun.
Okay.
So about over here. Put your hands out again.
Okay.
So now this is the mind-to-body connection.
Okay.
Go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
And viewer, you could try this at home. And I want you to give yourself a gift. A gift of just relax. Okay. And just really focus on
fall asleep. Okay.
Focus on my voice. And just imagine your whole body is so flexible. Starting from your waist. Your waist is made of a rubber band. Keep that in mind. And go ahead and turn to your right. Keep turning as far as you can. Your waist is so flexible. Keep turning. Your waist is made of a rubber band. Keep turning as far as you can. You're so flexible, Janelle. You're so flexible. Keep turning and stop. You're so flexible. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. Come back.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we learn from that experience?
What we learn was when we begin to focus, right, the first time, I think you stopped back here. The second time, you went further back.
Oh, so you're more elastic.
You're more elastic by visualization. So that's the key point, is begin to focus on what you want.
Right.
When it comes to health and fitness, people watch infomercial and other diet exercise. They focus on what they don't want. So focus on what you want, and by having that picture, you went further back.
Right. And you know what? I think my problem, and also maybe the problem of other people, like viewers, you know, when we travel a lot, usually when you're traveling, you don't have time to exercise, whether you're traveling for vacation or you're traveling for work. Do you have tips for us maybe to just keep a regimen on even if we're out of our natural space?
Absolutely. And I brought in elastic band. I'll give you the red one.
Okay.
And with these elastic bands, you could take them anywhere. You know, go through TSA. And
yes, actually,
so
yes.
Let's do.
How do we use this to our advantage?
Okay, so let's do our arms. So let's step on this. Okay.
Okay.
And just make sure you're comfortable.
Okay. I think
got it?
These weren't the perfect shoes to wear today, but okay, let's go.
Okay. So remember, is visualization the same thing that we did with the stretching?
Okay.
So go ahead and visualize your bicep. And squeeze. Okay, and put your focus on it. Many people that I find, they're just doing this, and there's no focus behind it.
Oh, okay. And sometimes, like I hear this when I train with my trainer, when I used to train, you have to do it slowly and deliberately. Because sometimes when you do it quickly, you're just getting momentum from somewhere in different parts of your body, and it doesn't help, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll do this for now, and we'll pause for a few reminders. We'll give you time to catch up. We'll be back for more. Don't go away. the most important New Year's resolution, I think, aside from saving, of course, saving money, times are hard, we need to take care of our health. Because you know what, guys? Health is a true wealth. And rather than curing or healing, we talk about prevention. And when we talk about prevention, that is really taking care of our health, what we eat, and very important is exercise. And so earlier we were talking to Dan. Dan, you said 8 to 10, only 8 to 10, or is it 8 out of 10? What was that statistic
for
about?
New Year resolution, 8 to 10% people that set their New Year resolution achieve their New Year resolution. And when it comes to health and fitness, many people don't pass the first month. They quit.
Yes. Only 8 to 10% achieve their New Year's resolution. Wow, because it's so difficult.
Yeah.
And you're saying that it's only difficult when we do it from the outside. And so we have to change the way we think. And that is what you're about. You're a health and fitness coach.
Right.
And earlier you talked to us about some of the hindrances. When we travel, we lose track of, our natural surroundings. And so we don't get to exercise as much. What about for people in the office? We're in the office, 8 hours a day, sometimes even more. How do we keep fit?
Right. And for the office, you're right. We're in the office for about 8 hours a day, and most of the time we're typing, right?
Yes.
So it puts strain on our shoulder, right, and our hand. So I wanted to share a couple exercises where it's so basic that we could do this in the office to take the strain off our shoulder and also to keep us fit.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it. Just as long as you're doing it, not me.
Water bottle.
Okay.
Right? We have these everywhere. So why not just use these water bottle, right? And during our break, you could do lateral raises like this.
Okay.
Again, going back to, it's just not a water bottle. It's putting the intention to focus. What muscle are you working on? You're working on your shoulder. And so you're just raising like this. And focus. Okay, so that's one exercise. The next one for a shoulder is just lateral raises, these.
Oh, okay, it's like a butterfly.
Butterfly,
right?
Yeah. And this way, it strengthens your shoulder, right? Because most of the time, people at the office, they're typing, and it's the same movement. This gets your shoulder relaxed, and it built your shoulder. So.
And then after you're done, then you can just drink.
Absolutely.
How important is, I've talked to other fitness trainers about this before, how important is the mind controlling the body?
Yeah,
how much of exercise is the mind, and how much of it is really the actual physical effort?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. That's the reason why I started my company and we talk about New Year resolution. And right now, you look at the gym is really packed after New Year.
It's January, yes.
It's January. But guess what? By February, they're not there anymore. And the focus, once you have that focus of knowing who you are when it comes to health and fitness. And my mentor, he said something really interesting. He said, we are a human being. We're not human doing.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So when you think about that, people look for exercises or diet program. They think when I do those right? If I do that exercise, I'm going to get the result I want. But that's not it. It's about changing your mindset. It's about being. What does it mean for you to be someone that's healthy and someone's fit? And once you have that, you make the picture in your mind and you focus on that goal.
Right, and you talked about that earlier, picture in your mind. Is it advisable? And I say, some people, they try to work out in the morning, but then when they wake up late, or they wake up, but then they hit the snooze button because it's so cold, it's so difficult to get out of bed. Do you suggest that there's an actual picture right there? Or is it possible to maybe just picture what we want to look like before going to bed?
Excellent question. And can I share something? I went through the same thing when you talk about the morning and the snooze button. I went through the same thing. I would set my alarm, at 5:30 when the alarm comes on. I press snooze and I go back to sleep because at that time I was making a picture inside my mind
that you're going to hit the snooze button.
That I'm going to hit the snooze button, and also how comfortable my bed is.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So when I make that picture. And guess what? Snooze pretty soon at 8 o'clock, and I'm going to make excuses to the next day.
Right.
Now, when the alarm comes on, I change the picture inside, how amazing I look after I get done exercising.
And it's good motivation for you.
Right. And the thing about that is important because we all have control of what we think. Right. We all have control of what we think. And by focusing on what you want focusing on that picture, how amazing you look after you're done exercising, that will get you going.
And these are pretty amazing thoughts. Actually, I learned something today. I like that. We are human beings and not doing, and so we don't rely on what we can do. We have to first be. That's the information on the screen if you want to get in touch with Dan. He has a lot of tips also on the website. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. I know, I'm pretty sure.
Thanks
and more
for having
power
me.
to
I
you.
appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. Magkantahan naman tayo, so don't go away.